here is what we're going to look at: 2 different resumes. I find this to be helpful, is to actually, especially if you're more of a visual person, to actually look at real resumes so that we can have some talking points. All right, so this first resume, this is a relatively new graduate, about 2 years out of school, and also 2 years of full-time teaching experience. And I'm going to show you the resume, and there's going to be some questions I want you to think about. They don't have their certification yet. Okay, so this person that we're looking at, new graduate, 2 years out of school, 2 years of teaching experience, no certification yet. They're enrolled in a program. Now I want you to pretend that you are a hiring manager. Okay, pretend that you are looking through a stack of resumes. Okay, a stack of resumes. I'm doing this. Most likely you wouldn't have them printed out. You'd be looking at them on a computer, but you get the idea. You have 75 resumes to look through, okay? In that context, ask yourself these questions. Number 1, how do you feel when you're looking at this resume? I know that's an odd question, but it is important. How do you feel when you're looking at this resume? Number 2, what do you like or dislike about this resume? And then number 3, what assumptions can you draw about this individual? Okay, and don't worry, I'm gonna show the questions on the next slide. So these are the questions. You're gonna pretend you're a hiring manager. You're gonna look at this resume. I'll give you about 3 minutes. You're gonna ask yourself these questions. Okay, same questions. They're here. This is the resume. Okay, so you'll have about, let's try 3 minutes and see if that's enough time. Number 2, so this candidate also is a recent graduate, has had 4 years of full-time teaching experience, a master's degree, and a certification in teaching. Same questions that you're gonna ask yourself. And I'm gonna show you the resume. This time, same questions. Look at this resume. Same thing. Yeah, so Jessica, great. I'm actually glad that Jessica said this. She mentioned that the certifications are missing. They actually aren't. But the fact that you thought that they were, they might as well be missing, right? If they're taking 6 seconds to look at this, they're looking for a certified teacher, they're not gonna see that this teacher is certified. It's hidden under education where it says selected University of New York. It shows that there's an initial teaching certificate there. Sorry, I'm going towards the camera because I'm actually reading it off of the screen. So yes, so that's why your certification should have its own section right at the top. Someone also mentioned that shouldn't education be at the bottom? Personally, I like education at the bottom. People differ. I don't think it's necessary. I don't care where you went to school, right? All I care about is that certification. I would put it at the bottom, but there are other people who like it at the top. So that's not super important. What's important is the certification. Katie mentioned the career changer. If you are a career changer, you can feel free to include those past experiences. As you get more teaching experiences, they're gonna get bumped off, right? But I do think it's kind of interesting information to have, especially if you were an attorney. Now, yes, Jessica also made another point about the formatting. I don't know if anybody else noticed this. Although the content of each of the descriptions of what this person actually did at each of their jobs is great, if you read it, it's difficult to read because it's in paragraph form. This is why you always want to do bullet points. It's just easier to read. When you're going through a bunch of resumes, it's just much easier to read. So which of these 2 teachers would you be more inclined to hire? Okay, good. Everyone's saying teacher 2. I would agree. And just for what it's worth, we don't know what these teachers are like at all. In person, in the classroom, we can make assumptions about them based on their resume. That's why I keep saying how your resume is supposed to be your best professional self, right? So you're much more likely to hire the second teacher because their resume sums up better who they are professionally. The first person might be an amazing teacher, but they just didn't include it on their resume, right?